The pandemic was sort of a time where you weren't having much fun in life. You weren't getting to enjoy it enough. And I was, and I just think back about all the things I used to complain about, like before the pandemic hit. And I'm just like, what were you thinking? Like, you were healthy, you were alive, like, you have a place to live, food in your belly, and you get to play this amazing music with these amazing musicians. Like, don't complain about anything ever again. No, of course we're all entitled to complain because we all have our things that we're going through, but it just made me switch my perspective and thinking and really say, this isn't so bad. Stop complaining about that. As most orchestras, when the pandemic hit, we shut down immediately just because we didn't know what was going on. We were right in the middle of rehearsals and all of the staff came in and they were like, all right, we are going to shut down, so we'll keep you updated as best we can. And this was in the middle of my first year. I didn't know if they were gonna ask me to leave. I didn't know if I would get tenure. I didn't know what was happening. They really took care of us, yeah. They kept us very informed. They tried to keep us safe. Once we sort of got into the summer, and more about COVID was known and, like the precautions you could take, a lot of the orchestra members started to make their own little lawn chamber music series concerts, just in the front of their homes, and their neighbors would come and, we've socially distanced, but we'd basically, pick pieces of music to come and sight read in front of these audiences, pieces of chamber music, which for any musician would be terrifying and nerve-wracking, of course, going to sight read in front of people. But I think I've played so many pieces I've never gotten to play. But it was funny because it really does test your ability to be a great ensemble player. You come in, you maybe have 5 minutes right before you play to discuss tempi and just what you sort of want to do, but you've practiced your own part, but coming to put it together is a whole different story. It was really a lot of fun to let go of all your fears of being this perfectionist performist and just make music as best you can. And a lot of the performances turned out to be weirdly and oddly amazing, unexpectedly amazing. And now we're playing chamber music within our regular season just to sort of break it up, how many people are playing at a time. It definitely recharged me and made me ready to just like do anything musically that anybody asked me to. Having been in the orchestra for less than a year at the time that this happened, it was I didn't really know a lot of people, but it was actually really surprising how many orchestra members took the time to stay engaged with me on various mediums, through just maybe if it's a text, every random day just checking on me or wanting to talk, or, Zoom conversations. We were all so happy to be talking to people that I think that really helped us, fast track past the awkward getting to know you stage right into how have you been, you're alive, thank goodness, it seemed a lot more urgent to, really make those connections. And I think it has helped a lot. And it's carried over into now when we're back on stage and I see these people and I'm just like, oh, I haven't seen you forever. And, I just want to hug them or shake their hands or whatever. But St. Louis Symphony is known as one of the nicest orchestras in the country. And I can definitely, I haven't played in every orchestra in the country, but I can attest to the fact that they are ridiculously nice. Yeah, it's great, but and of course great musicians, but just really good people too. In the world right now, there's a lot of upheaval because people are starting to see what it's like to be a Black person living in the United States. I think that what our orchestra has done, we've created a whole equity and diversity and inclusion task force, made up of musicians, solely musicians, to sort of build programs around, getting into the community and widening our audience base, first of all, but also just sort of getting regular underrepresented folk in our community to sort of see us as people rather than this hall that sits downtown. We're trying to demystify the world of classical music for people who probably wouldn't ever come to it on their own. Everybody, when they think about diversity, equity, and inclusion in classical music, they think about the sort of music we play, rather than the type of people that we reach with our music. Let's find music to represent these people, rather than saying, okay, like, let's pick some music that we think the people that we want to bring into classical music would like to hear. Like, of course, like, you should sort of force feed them this stuff that they might not actually listen to, because then they might love it. But we also have to listen. And I think and take the suggestions of the people who are coming to see us play, take those suggestions and sort of find out what they're interested in, what they want to hear, what they want to see at the orchestra. Being in a place, in a city, and a position to sort of really get out into the community and meet people. But we should do that from a community immersion standpoint, rather than like, okay, let's just program a couple of non-standard composers and we've done our best.